Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter Rise. Hope you're doing well out there. Now we still have these to cover. Including this guy back here. Think you'd lend me a hand? Hey Elric, can I ask you something? I'm working on some Palamute gear ideas. Stuff that should be a big help when you're out hunting. I managed to complete one thing that I'm rather proud of, but I need someone to test it out for me. It's a little finicky though, so I can only entrust it to someone able to properly train a Palamute. If you can train one of your Palamutes, I'd happily give it to you. What do you think? Raise a Palamute to level 5. It's going to take a little bit of time, but what else does he have? I heard from some of the folks at your buddy plaza that your Palamute training is going well. Here, have this. I know it'll be safe in the hands of someone with your level of experience. And let me know how it performs so I can improve my future pieces, okay? Which he gives you a healing blade scroll and a diversion scroll. Now, I haven't actually had the chance to use out these scrolls. Because I like the steel blade and the steel fangs. But yeah, healing scroll. Scroll that's with salve that gradually heals canines. Healing blade scroll. Scroll activated on attack, healing all in its vicinity. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of any of these, in truth. So I'm just going to keep it as a dual-bladed chain, which increases chances for crits with it. And Steel Fangs, which allows it to attract monsters and latch onto them. Please do come by at any time. Oh, good tidings, Master Elric. I have stocked a special selection of items express suited to your very exploits. Each and every one is guaranteed to be of use to you. I highly recommend that you give them your consideration. I will once they're on sale. Let's see, what else? Buddy Vlogger. Ah, we finally get the Argosy. A new stage of splendor awaits. Hunter, we are finally ready. Ready for the most magnificent trading you and I shall ever undertake. Allow me to explain. First, you will borrow this submarine, which you may use to send a buddy to far-off markets to collect items of your choosing. Second, you may also purchase my wares from the Argosy. I intend to keep it stocked with items that are rare finds in Komoda. I'll accept Komoda points as currency in this case. Consider the prospect well and then make your purchases as it pleases you. So, this makes me question, and what I should have been questioning the entire time. There are two different forms of currency in all these games. One for Palicos in the region, and one for actual currency. Why are there two separate currencies in this case? This is a post-apocalyptic world. I understand that they don't have mint available. It's not an industry standard mint, which is why it's confusing why they're sending to begin with across everything. But why are they willing to trade in local currency and a locale when they're a traveling trader? Now do come by when you wish to enjoy the wonders of travel and trade. Well, you know I'm going to do it. Order items. We're going to send... Nah, I don't want to send Chance. I want to send the dog. We'll send Rush. And always go after honey. Always. You can never have too much honey. And they weren't kidding. It is a sub. Exchange for items, trade goods, you can get nets, gunpowder, raw meat, herbal medicine, and energy drinks. However, you might have also noticed that they are quite expensive for things that you can make from gathering in your world. Rare finds, flash bombs, which come from flash bugs. Which as long as you have one, you can use the submarine to get more. So how are those rare finds? Now this guy is still not set up. However, let's go talk to Yorori to see if we can hire anymore. No. I don't want her bomber. Ray, what kind of skills do you have? Deflagration relief. What's that? Prevents blast and hellfire. Ray, get in my group now. You are going to be my best friend. Okay, and we have Masamune, who has Go, Fight, Win, Camouflage, Shark Prison. Sorry, I'm looking at their skills real quick, and I think Masamune is better. Alright. What kind of dogs? Knockout King, so if we can get him a blunt weapon, that wouldn't be too bad. They all have Knockout King. But this one also has Attack of Large, so I'll take Aaron. As you saw, there are quite a few different areas where they can jump out of. Right. Sora with Great Wirebug. Oh, yo, it's you! Heard you've been doing pretty well lately. Not that I expect any less from a rookie I took under my wing. You took me under your wing? To help you keep up the good work, here's some great wirebugs I caught. Hope you'll find them useful. Yeah, he gives you them basically every time you upgrade in ranking. They're safe! The bunny dongo is safe! Welcome back. That great sushi has been hunted and ingredients have been delivered safely. Yomogi is back to her usual routine and I am no longer in panic mode. Crisis averted. And now as a reward for the Defender of the Dango, you can take on 2-star quests with actual quests in them! Finally! You're on your way to the top, but you're not out of the woods yet. More dangerous threats await, so make sure to prepare well. Yes. And we'll also grab large monster hunting. Finally, we can take on level 2, which gives you a couple large monsters to deal with. A couple. It's not amazing, but you know what? It's better than what we were dealing with. So we'll start with the Grizzly Glutton, which is a bear. Which I'll use the Great Sword for at least one more hunt and change to show off another weapon. But yeah, this character is mainly using Great Swords and Hammers. Which anyone that knows those two weapons, it's basically two sides of the same coin. They both act similarly, but they both have a different role when fighting. Still love those. I want to say they give me Kabuki theater vibes, but I don't think that's the right word. Maybe like old samurai film vibes. Which you might have noticed on the minimap, the Azuchi is here. Yeah, if we wanted to, we could go fight the Azuchi as well as fight the Arzuros. But you know what? That's exactly what we're doing. That's right, for this one you get 2 fights for the price of 1. However, there's a separate reason why I want to go after it. And that's after taking care of some of these, because I need their pelts. Or at least try to. And of course, it's going to avoid the pelts. Which, by the way, anyone who's new to Monster Hunter, they should know about a certain mechanic called the Desire Sensor. Those coming from other Monster Hunter games knows exactly what that is. But essentially, the Desire Sensor is... it's a built-in mechanic that if you're looking for a certain item, the game will completely deny you it until a certain point you've already decided. I kid you not. It could be something as simple as a common scale. And if the game knows you're looking for it, it won't give it to you. For instance, I just got 3 Azuchi tails when the hide is the more common item off of an Azuchi. So yeah, treat the Desire Sensor with respect. Alright, we're up to it. And it decided to swatch places. Okay. And here we have Arzuros. Ah, I missed. Yeah, that was its wire bug skill. Every single weapon has at least 2 wire bug skills. Usually one is an evade, and the other one is an actual useful skill. It also likes to sit on you. By the way, what's important in this game, especially for a greatsword, is learning frame values. Because you can get away with a lot of stuff depending on what kind of frames are open. And you'll be punished for otherwise. It's actually been a couple days since I used a full-fledged greatsword as well. So I'm quite a bit rusty. Of course, by this point, in the older games, the frickin' thing would have been staggered. So they increased the stagger rate of all the monsters, apparently. They wanted to make sure to keep it high-packed and everything, but for getting certain key mechanics for certain weapons. Piss off! For instance, I used the shoulder bash way too early there and took full damage instead of partial. And then in some cases, the frames just don't hit. For instance, that was the exact same distance as the other time, yet it didn't proc. In truth, I hate the wire bug skills on the greatsword. Because they feel so fucking iffy. And yeah, I'm dropping the F-bomb there. Because they just feel iffy. There's nothing good about them. If you land them, great. What do you get out of it? Oh, wait, the chance to mount? That slows down the gameplay even more with greatsword? Great. Especially when the mount doesn't actually keep them toppled anymore. It keeps them latched in place, but they still do their bigger hits. So yeah, mounting's now pointless for greatsword. At least on the run. And I love that my thumb keeps pushing it off to the left. Yeah, in truth, Ars Rose is actually a very nice starter monster as well. It punishes you for being reckless, but it can also be pissy if you know how to use it. And I was hoping to bring the Great Azuchi into this, but I guess they just decided to vacate the premises. Wait, is the cat holding it down? Of course, that time it just decided to deny me. Yeah, this is just being one annoying as hell bear. Oh no, I had to sharpen. Oh, and then it shows up. Which allows me to mount it. And say hi to the mounting mechanic in this game. Wyvern riding. And just launch it into. Because now I can use it to fight. But I'm prison. And couldn't really show off, but essentially, if you do it enough, it just breaks off part after part after part. So, just in general, this bear was a complete asshat. Normally, they aren't this bad. But hey, You get to enjoy me looking like a complete fool. Now with any luck, my cat gathered up a little bit of the Izuchi hide from the kills. Did I see an Izuchi go down this way, though? And yeah, you can do everything off the back of your dog. They don't even explain that. Well, there's a great Izuchi. Not what I was looking for. Nope, no Izuchi hide. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the Arzuro's armor while we can. Always did like the look of the Arzuro's armor. It looks very punk, crossed with old school dojo armor. Sadly, I don't think its skills are that good. Let's see, does it have a greatsword? Oh, I can just make it anyways. Okay. Yeah, you can either choose to forge some weapons or just straight up upgrade. But I'll go ahead and make that. And make a backup. To upgrade into the next level. And sadly, there is no Arzuro's greatsword. What about an Arzuro's hammer? Yep. The UnBEARable hammer. Which we'll go ahead and make one. And then make that. Yeah, as you can see, starting out, making weapons is pretty easy. It just costs you a ton of money. And for the most part, you'll be wanting more weapons than armor in this game. Because if you get good, the armor doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I'll grab this one. And as for our next one, we'll be going to a new area. How about we go see a bunny? Which I'll also switch to the hammer. Which I am feeling the UnBEARable hammer. Nah, it is the hammer. There we go. Now, just like before, we're going to take a little tour around the place. Deflector, beat, and defender. Yep. As we did with the ruin, we're going to actually take a small little field trip around this new area so you can see everything. But first, just like before, there's going to be a nice little splash screen at the start. Very nice. And a whole new map to explore with plenty of new goodies to find. Personally, this is my favorite map of the new ones added. Note that I said new ones added. Again, I'll explain when we get there. But to a prior complaint I had, and why I don't like World as much as this one, you've already seen it with the weapon designs. They are more varied than Worlds, starting out. And I will make that a point to mention because World designs were bland as piss. Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They were bland as piss. And I'll tell you why I was fine with it with the base game. But Iceborne completely failed to deliver on that. Essentially, it made sense for the weapons to look bland at the start. Because you're taking this widely distributed weapon and slowly converting it to a primal weapon. You could see it especially with the Elder Dragons then. How drastically they changed them. So I thought, okay, this is society. This is the world slowly being consumed by the primal nature of it all. They're returning to their roots. Returning to the monkey, if you prefer. But as it went along, especially into Iceborne, the weapons just continue to be so generic, so much like each other, aside some little skin or something is strapped to them. It became quite apparent they weren't ever going to actually become interesting. And the perfect example of that really adds a nice little footnote to it. By the way, there's a great baggie. We're not going to deal with it right now. Is essentially the fact of Xeno'jiiva turning to Safi'jiiva. Xeno'jiiva had such potential as a cool-looking monster a baby just killed after molting. You wonder what it could be, what it could actually end up shaping into. Nope! Nope, what you got with Safi'jiiva, a giant generic red dragon. Yeah, all that build-up for that. Am I saying it was a bad hunt? No, but aesthetically, that's the problem. Monster Hunter World suffered a lot from aesthetics. Which, for a game such as Monster Hunter, is a problem. You want cool-looking weapons. You want interesting, different-looking weapons. You want more diverse, wildly-looking monsters. You want them to stand out, because you are essentially spending hours upon hours upon hours upon days beating up these creatures to carve them for a chance for items to make into those weapons and armor. And if they look generic, if they add nothing really to sink your teeth into, why are you bothering? That being said, some of the armor designs of World were immaculate. I freaking love the Odie's head, for instance. And don't even get me started on the Velkhana set. Oh. Or even Legiana. The problem is, none of that matters. If the weapons look like crap, which is what you're mostly going to be grinding for, you're not going to stick with it. And here's the only secret camp that I know of in this area. Which you would think there was something back here because opening? Nope. But yeah, there are sub-camps scattered around some of the maps. I have not found one yet in the ruins. There are plenty of other YouTubers I could tell you that cover all of these. I'm just giving you a basic rundown. For instance, Josh of Rage Gaming does a wonderful job with it. I think Khan had a hand in that one too, I don't remember. I didn't watch it because I wanted to keep myself as blind as possible to the experience. Which, let me use this point to also make a note on people who have early access to the game. Congrats on you for getting the promotion. I won't watch your stuff. Oh, there's no spoilers, I'll tell you that. See late game monsters. See late game gear and weapons. No, there's no spoilers here. None at all. Which is why I'm making these videos much later. Yes, I'm late to the curve, but you know what? I'm getting the experience just like everyone else. Again, great on people for getting early access. Wonderful idea for Capcom to actually advertise the gameplay and such. It detracts some people from playing. Anyways, you saw the bunny there in the background. What the hell? Camera, what are you doing? So once we clear out this little divot here, we'll actually go kill us a bunny. Okay. But yeah, essentially you can just make one quick run around the place. Which, before we do that, there's also something else we have to talk. You can fish. You can see the fish. Truly the greatest addition. Isn't that right, Lagambi? Yeah, I'll be back with you. I just realized that this episode has 2 bears in it. Oops. Now, if Volvodon was unlocked, this would have been a triple feature. Alright, entire map is cleared. It's time to go say hi to our bunny friend. And also show off the might of the hammer. Now the hammer has 2 modes, shown beside the sharpness gauge up there. The first is yellow, very basic, but you can also switch it to blue for extra power. Essentially, think of yellow as speed and blue as strength, depending on what you want to use. One's faster, the other one's stronger. And although it has charging, it's actually much faster than the Greatsword because you can move it to charge. And depending on what level the charge is, it has different attacks. The whole idea of hammer is hit and run rather than wait. As I said, the Great Sword and Hammer are essentially 2 sides of the same coin. They both have charging, but one relies upon speed and precision, while the other one requires temperance and patience. Both of them, though, are just pure fun. And you might have noticed that it shares a lot of its moveset with Arzuros. In fact, it has the same skeleton. That's because it was in a trio, as I stated before. The third one is Volvodon, an armadillo. So you had a bear, an armadillo, and a bunny. One of these things is not like the other. And it's actually the Volvodon, because for some reason they made it more lizard-like. And its wire bug skill is launched into the air with a spin. And it's only a 1 cost. But yeah, it's all balancing the stance switching in this version. Which won't lie, gives the hammer a little bit more of a unique identity. Before, it was basically seen as worse Charge Blade anymore. Because Charge Blade came in and just ate its lunch money. Yes, ate its lunch money. Didn't eat its lunch or take its lunch money. It ate the lunch money. Also, Hunting Horn and Hammer use blunt damage, which drains stamina and makes the monster more likely to be tired and staggered. And if you hit the head enough times, it KOs it. Sadly, I chose a poor monster for that because it stands up. And I have a tendency to overshoot. But you can hear that the KO has a certain sound effect, that little crackle. So some attacks can reach the head without meaning to. KO. And yeah, usually they enter a KO state, which in the case of the bunny is just this. Yeah, I used the hammer a lot during Generation Ultimate, so I have a little bit more practice here. I will say this though, it's a little boring to watch the hammer because it's not as flashy. It's an Unga Bunga stick. It's not going to be flashy. Ah, it's almost... Oh! Okay! So, he can just... Come on, bunny. Let me switch to my other one. There we go. And this is what I mean about the freaking wire bugs. They're just not worth it half the time for these weapons. Am I saying they're worthless? No, they have their place. I just don't like using them, which is fine. It's just another tool. Remember, as I said for Fire Emblem, everything given to you is a tool to be used. If you don't want to use it, you don't need to, and that's how it should be, unlike the Clutch Claw back in World. Oh, you can get away with it just fine if you tried, but the tenderizing is too good, especially when the monsters later on require it. But didn't you say it was optional? Isn't that the opposite of requiring? Yeah, that's the problem. Again, it's all the little things in the world that added up that made me not like it. It's still a fun game, but I probably will never return to it. That being said, if you're going to get it, definitely get it for PC, because some of the mods... Again, watch Rage Gaming for that. There's just so much. Plus, Josh is funny, as well as Cotton. And no offense, I know there's a third person, but I never remember their name. But they seem cool. Oh, another KO. Oh, that one's definitely better. And that was a 2 cost. Shame it's almost dead. Shame that it is dead. Now I should warn you, I might do some minor farming off of recording, because later on some weapons are just going to require some ridiculous materials that you might not just have. So I'll save you guys some of that. But overall, you'll see every new encounter, every new mission, every new bit of dialogue that I can. Alright, we have plenty of bunny gear here. And because we found another sub-base, he'll give us a mission, which is now to slay 8 Zamites that have been up sub-camp 1. The Zamites were those shark frog things that you saw as I was running through the area. So we'll be killing those every time we go in. Let's take a moment to look at the Lagambi armor. Very snow related. It gives crit I2, affinity, sliding, ice attack, and constitution. And true is still not skills I really need for the 2 weapons I'm using. Which is very important. You're looking for ways to improve the weapon that you have. And in this case it would be attack boost and most likely quick sheath. If I can find footing, it'd also be amazing. However, this will wrap up this episode. We dealt with 2 bears, one a regular bear with lizard plating, and the other one a bunny. I hope you all have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.